It's now 18 minutes to 9. Now, home decoration often helps individuals to distill tastes and ideas into designs that suit the needs of their home space. Whether one needs help creating a functional space plan, rearranging existing pieces, designing the inside of a new home, seeking help of an interior designer and decorator is considered important. This week's episodes of Women in Business, Evelyn Ferez walks us through her journey as an interior decorator and designer.
Decorating a house is an exercise that carries a lot of importance, not only for the occupants, but for anyone else who may visit. Most often, decorating one's house has always been attached to how you feel about living in your house. In most cases, a person's status in life is defined by the way their house looks. With this, Evelyn Ferez saw an open door.
This is something you need to do with a lot of passion. It's something that is done with, you need to be very keen. Because this is a service you're giving out to someone else out there. And you cannot just do it with a blind eye. You need to be very creative. You need to get to see what the space that they have. What are you bringing in that will come out uniquely in the market?
Just in her mid-30s, Evelyn is an accomplished interior decorator and the founder of Amore Collections. She joined the decor industry 2 years ago in pursuit of a passion and love for art after quitting her previous job.
I used to be employed. I was a corporate customer executive, and I realized that my passion was not in there. Fine, I loved my job, yes, but I felt there's much I needed to do out here. I was so much into artwork, I was so much into interior, and my eyes were into very beautiful stuff. So I decided now I'll have to leave my job and start on the business.
Being raised in a family of artists explains deeper her desire to do interior decoration. Her, together with her siblings, grew up learning from their father, which eventually turned out to be what she wanted to pursue for a longer time. Quite often, the question on capital often crops into entrepreneurs' minds when opting to quit employment and start up a business. Evelyn was caught up in the same dilemma, but was smart enough to start saving for her dream job even before she could quit employment completely.
So it was either I give my employer like my whole, or I have to give my business 100% for it to perform. That is when I decided I have to now concentrate on my business.
Quite often, Evelyn has been forced to wake up at wee hours of the night for her to get her materials on time. Being an online shop, she operates with external interior dealers in which she uses the materials to conduct her daily business. Oftentimes, interior decor has been assumed to be an easy job. When one follows this as a career, things completely different. Oftentimes, one's understanding of art and passion is often tested, even when in discussion with different clients.
If you're not passionate about it, then I will say no. This is something you need to do with a lot of passion. It's something that is done with, you need to be very keen. Because this is a service you're giving out to someone else out there. And you cannot just do it with a blind eye.
Sometimes employees might not know fully of what employers usually go through when protecting their business. It is during this time that Evelyn started her business that she also had to learn a few lessons which she probably wouldn't have learned while still being employed.
I have grown. I have grown business-wise, I have grown as a human being, I have grown as a woman, and I can say the business has taught me a lot of things, and it has made me much a tougher person in the market. Being the person managing the business, you get to interact with most of the clients, and you get to experience the issues firsthand. And I've learned to manage them, and through learning all this, it has strengthened me in everything that I do.
Challenges are expected in each and every business. For Evelyn, her main struggle is the shipping bit, where sometimes her luggage delays to come into the country.
They take a little bit longer to arrive in the country, and probably the clearance at the customs and the caring. Yes, that is where we get hit a lot.
Behind every successful lady stands a man as well. Evelyn's husband stands out to be one of her greatest champions. Kevin Ochieng admires his wife's effort to make her project attractive. As a couple, they also have learned how much people can go extra miles to make their house look pretty and attractive.
She has this ability to focus on a project, no matter what time of the night it is. She has this ability to want to finish the work, to want to be almost perfect, even though most of us are not perfect. She has this ability to, turn a home that was boring in terms of looks to one that you'd want to run home to once you leave work. From the projects I've seen her work on, I've seen the photos before and after. I've been part of them, and the outcome is basically what would describe as a complete makeover.
As she walks us to her room where she uses as a place of demonstrations, Evelyn says that oftentimes clients forget to share the budget and confuse the decorator with wanting to know their charges immediately.
We get to listen to what the client needs. You need to tell us what is your budget. You work with your budget. I cannot just come and tell you my budget is this much. I get to listen to your needs first, and I ask you, what is your budget? What do you want? I get to understand you first, then I can tell you if the budget you've given is workable or not. But I cannot just come and give you a figure.
There are people who consider house decoration as a hobby. House decoration creates the mood for what is happening around it. Julie Owino, KTN News.
All right, and with that, it's now 10 minutes to 9 o'clock, time for us to wind up and say goodbye. But before that, just a quick recap of some of the comments that you have brought through on our question today. And with Raila and Kalonzo's appointment as Kenya's opposition dead is the question we were asking this morning. With Raila and Kalonzo's opposition, or rather appointment, is Kenya's opposition dead? Alex Mudhungumi says that opposition died the day handshake got pioneers. There's also James Mtinda who says, Mtoto umliavyo ndivyo akuavyo. I believe that is in response to black and white that we had here. And that, of course, we were focusing on why the rise in teenage pregnancies. John Macaria says, opposition has no payroll, government has. They need money and security to achieve their objectives. I guess you're alluding to the fact that maybe it's not dead, but they needed to get jobs for them to keep their accounts running. We have Abdulrahim Campbell who says it was a strategic move to keep them occupied and stop disturbing or pressurizing the government. Mudavadi is there, according to Lil Birdie, who says that Mudavadi is still there as the opposition. We also have somebody who says that it died with a handshake, and that's Brian Wachabe. Let me read a few more. Good Kenya, I'd rather it dead, meaning the opposition, than one that thinks that its only role is to get power by incitement, propaganda, sabotage, etc. And if those fail, anything else. The other avalanche of the handshake we are witnessing tells the story. Well, keep the conversation going on online, and from us here on Morning Express, would like to thank you for watching and keeping us company, and wish you all a fantastic and a wonderful day. Do stay with us on KTN News. We've got News Center coming up. From us, we say goodbye. Have yourselves a good day. Take care of yourselves and each other.